Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Blessing. See, I don't know if it's only me being a mom and being a new, I can't say still in the fresh start of being a mom because my oldest child is 3 going to 4 years this year, so I'll still say I'm still in the new stage of being a mom. It's not really easy sometimes I find it overwhelming, being the case that I'm abroad, so I'm not close to my family. I'm not close to those people that I can easily say, okay, help me do this, help me do that. Sometimes it's very overwhelming. Let me give an example. When I am sick or when I'm tired, when I just feel like today I'm not in the mood to wake up at this certain time, you just find yourself still waking up because it's not easy. People who are back home think life here is so fun, it's so nice. You have neighbors. Yes, of course you have neighbors, very much. You have next door neighbor, but I can tell you for free that next door neighbor don't even know you. You don't even know your next door neighbor sometimes. It is not in every apartment or whenever you move to a new place or you change apartment that you kind of have African people close to you to vibe with or to go outside with. Some cases you can be in a certain state, you don't even have friends. When you want to go and buy something, you go to a certain area where they say African things and you buy whatever you want to buy. You come back to your home. Like in my own case, where I don't have friends to come around play with children, I often find myself year to year staying at home. Like in the first year when I got pregnant with my first child, I was very active in exercise. I just felt like okay, that was the only way, especially because of I was still sick. So being sick just make me feel like let me really do more. Let me do more of the house activities, since I can only do phone calls with my friend, and that year was COVID season, so we were mainly at home most of the time. I can't go and visit my friend and she also cannot come and visit me. Fast forward to the second year again, when I have my son again, it was not as easy as it was with my first child, because with my first child I could just relate with the fact that there was COVID and everybody was staying at home. So it is not just only me that was staying at home in in that how would I put it, in that period of time. So everybody were basically staying at home. Like there was strictly lockdown season in as in at the time, which it was 2020. So being 2020 2023, when I also gave birth to my son, I kind of felt more like okay, something had happened because people are not going out now. I cannot, as in, I went out most of the times during my pregnancy. That one, yes, I really had fun with the going out because the lockdown was open. Most of the places I could still go regardless the lockdown was open was just McDonald's. If you go far places, they ask if you are taking your, you know, the injection. If you say no, you can't enter some restaurants, you can't enter some parks, you just cannot be in certain hospitals. If at this, I'm telling you, I attend so because of that I ended up using one hospital with my two pregnancy, because I don't want a situation of me going to another hospital register and I start going through the process of this, that, go and bring this, come and do this, come and take this test, or come and do this swab test. Since I've been using this hospital, so they already have my details. Although I still end up doing the swab test during my second pregnancy, it was not like it was like a must compulsory that I had to take the injection for me to be able to give birth on the second pregnancy. So they just did the swab test and find out that I was okay, because I was going out, yes, but not to a very popular gathering, just around few places, you get me, just around my family members, like that, just me, my daughter and my spouse. So we were just small gathering, not really a big family kind of something, because none of my family members are here in Malaysia with us. So fast forward to the pregnancy, I gave birth and I found out that I cannot really take two babies. The reality of wow, if you want to go out now, you take your bag, you put diapers, you put wipes, you put things. when this one pull, you run to the bathroom and go and change. When this other one, because I didn't have to go through all this experience with my first pregnancy. I just gave birth and I was at home. I don't know if you understand. There was nowhere to go to. You cannot really go out, especially with a baby. When I'm going to the mall at that time, I leave my baby at home and go to the mall. So I don't really carry, because then the mall around our area here, you cannot bring a baby inside. So it's, I just find it so easy at that time that I can't, as in, I wasn't really moving around with my child, as in stressing, all those kind of things, you get me. But with this second one, that there was no COVID, you can go out with your baby, you can come back, as in, it felt really wild. As in, I was overwhelmed with the fact that I had to deal with the reality of what I didn't go through before. I'm going through, as in, I don't know if you understand. And you are not just going through it now with one, that you say, okay, it is one, no, two. Because now you are not going out with this one, you go out with this one. If they invite you for a birthday, if you're going out with this one, you go out with this one. You have to take extra this for this and extra that for that. You have to just put things in place ahead. So things that was not really expected, as in, they just hit me once. Because of this, I find out that I was not really going out as much as I want to go out. I kind of reject some gathering. I kind of say no to some meetings, because people might not really understand that I'm not used to all these things. Like, growing up, I didn't really have a last born that I kind of cater for like this, or kind of have an auntie that has a baby that I know hasn't. I was not really into all these things. All of us, we were just almost of the same age, so there was no baby in our house to be babying, you get me. So I see kids, I love them. I see parents look after their kids, I'm like, wow. Behind the scene, I didn't know that there was something that is more than out there. So this whole thing being to get, as in, adding up to the fact that I don't have anybody around, I still feel like, because there was no help at the time to say, okay, when I carry this one, you help me carry this, or those kind of situation whereby you have a female partner, like a female relation or female friend around. And with the time of my second pregnancy, all my friends are, they traveled back to Nigeria at that time. So I can't really say, okay, let me take my two kids to their place so that my kids and theirs can play together. I can, as in, to help them play for a moment without disturbing me. It was really, really hard, because nobody, nowhere to go to, how, as in, it was very, very, when I seriously mean very, very hard for me at the time. So that is why I just believe that life here and life in Nigeria is not same, because most of the foreigners here, they are racist. Most of them, they just don't want to associate with African kids, even in school. Sometimes they have no choice but to associate, because you are in the same school with them. But as you parents, kind of in some situation, maybe you take your baby to a mall and you see your baby or your child wants to say hi to another child, and they kind of snub, as you give that kind of, now that kind of attitude, you just feel like, all right, mama, is okay. Or you just tell them, it's all right, it's all right. Those kind of situation, it is not really easy in this, as in, living abroad. Especially living in a racist country, especially living in a Muslim country, I can't say a non-English speaking country, because yes, a non-English speaking country, although few of them speak English though. So that's why I just quickly came in here to just let you guys know the struggle. It is not easy sometimes. It look rosy outside, but life of a mom living abroad, it is hard. Except when your child, you have that age of 14 or age of 12, 9, 8 or 6, like that, you kind of feel a little bit relieved to a certain point. You just feel like, okay, I'm chilled now. There is somebody to look after the children. There's somebody to kind of, okay, look after, as in, you can fully leave them and tell them eat your food, and they'll eat their food. In this case now, at this time, I'm struggling with the fact that I have to start teaching my daughter how to use the restroom without her diaper anymore, waking up at night and day. Man, it is not easy. It's not easy. Oh. It is not easy. It is very, very, very overwhelming, because if you don't do it early enough, you find it hard in my time now doing it. So when, if you try to do it maybe early enough, if there is any time, it is only, I just believe when the baby is, as in when he or she can talk, it is best to say okay, you can stop this, because when they cannot talk, it is still hard. You just don't know how to explain to them or how to express them. Like my second born, he started talking very early. I don't understand. Unlike my first child, she didn't talk very early. She, as in, up until even 2 years, she was not really eating most of the food other babies were eating. So now that I had this one, they both, I kind of force the same thing on them. I kind of make them do the same things, like eat the same thing, drink the same, like certain things together, so that I don't have to cook A and cook B, because my daughter is very, very, very selective. She can want this minute and don't want it again. So it's not really easy. It's really not really easy for a new mom. As in, how will I put it now? For, as in, I don't know. For a mom of three, or a mom of four, a mom of four, yeah. My daughter is 4, it should be 4 this year. So I would say I'm still a new mom. I'm not old in it. So I'm still facing the struggle that it comes with. I'm still finding myself doing the things that I just feel like, I wish I could do certain things better. So that's the mistakes sometimes. That will be it for this video. So guys, drop down the comment section if you find yourself in the same shoe, if you're going through the same struggle as a mom. So let's discuss. Bye.